Good morning, YouTube. Do you know what today is? It's RotoFab Day. Yes! All right, guys, finally. It is a balmy 39 degrees out here today, on its way to mid-50s. You know, I'd actually cry if it weren't for the fact that, like, I'm just so angry that it's taking this long to warm up. So today is finally RotoFab install day, but first, there's more. I'm going to take the car out. There she is, so pretty and so dirty. It's time for a bath. It's already 39 degrees, on its way up to mid-50s. I might actually get some car work done today, but first I'm going to go wash the car, get it cleaned up, get my wife some breakfast because it's Saturday morning. And, you know, we'll just go from there. But, you know, who would have thunk it? Someone who likes to video car content actually working on their cars finally. So, off we go. And, as I mentioned before, I'm finally going to get a chance to actually go outside and do some work on the cars today. I got a really full day today, so I'm going to try to get in as much as I can. It may span out over a couple of days today and tomorrow to get it done, but it's going to be starting to really warm up here. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting awfully tired of the weather lately. So, you know, what we'll do, we'll get this car cleaned up, and then we'll bring it home. We'll pull the old intake off. I'm going to video that, go through that for you, go through the box, take everything out, show you what you're dealing with if you decide you want to go with a RotoFab intake. I'll set it up real nice for you, and you know, go through each part, pull out each component out of the engine bay, and hopefully get some good footage of that for you. But if you're thinking about doing that yourself, then hopefully you'll be able to follow along here, and if you have any questions, hopefully I'll answer them for you while I'm going through the actual process of the install. Alrighty, she's all washed up again, and we are so one of the things I did want to bring back up here that I didn't mention earlier is, I don't know how many of you folks who are following this are on the East Coast or even in the Northeast, but found out some pretty sad news. I think it was Monday this week. Englishtown Raceway Park up in Englishtown, Old Bridge Township, decided they were going to close their doors. And by close their doors, I mean they are no longer supporting quarter-mile and eighth-mile drag racing. So they might as well just close their doors. And what I mean by that is that if you are a place that is known primarily for your drag strip, and you sponsor, I think, something like 63 years of NHRA events, the Summer Nationals. I mean, the Super Nationals. I apologize. I'm wrong on one of those, but I went to those quite a few years. If you decide that you're gonna close the doors and stop supporting the thing that made you millions upon millions of dollars, you're gonna probably be done within the next, if not the next year or two, within the next 5 years, because that's what people went to. When you say English Town, you don't think of the drifting, and you don't think of the autocross, and you don't think of the road course. At least not nearly as in the high numbers as what drag racing drew to that place. I'm not saying, actually, I love autocrossing. I love road racing. I'll be doing some stuff down at New Jersey Motorsports Park this year. But you can't take away the largest chunk of your revenue and expect to survive. Like, they're going to be doing shows and, you know, music events and car shows. Well, okay, great, but what the hell? Like, why? Well, okay, you're gonna have that be now a storage for a Copart auto auction. Okay, cool. So where the hell are you gonna put the car shows now? You gonna put them in the mud? Because I know if I had a really nice car that I was taking to show, my ass wouldn't be parking in the mud. But yeah, it's just a little rant. It's a really sad day. I mean, that was one of the two main tracks in Jersey, and now that's gone. So, you know, there's gonna be a huge gap there, but hopefully out of all this, ACO will flourish. So guys, how's it going? Okay, so remember how I said at the beginning of this video that it was RotoFab Day? Well, it kind of is. It's only just a week later since I originally started that video. I want to apologize. I'm gonna break this video up into two-part series. One's gonna be just the intro video, what I'm gonna do here, show you all the parts inside the box, and then what I'm going to end up doing is doing a dedicated video just for the RotoFab install, because I noticed as I was starting to do some of the editing, the video was just getting way too long. So I'm trying to keep them down, not like around the 20-minute mark. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm just going to introduce the parts, and then what I'm going to do is a separate video that's totally dedicated to the actual install, because that may take up to 10-20 minutes on its own, just doing the actual meat of it. I also have another really cool thing to announce. Kind of coincides with some sucky news. Everybody's bitching and moaning about it on YouTube related to the new partner program. I get why they're doing it, because there's a lot of guys who are just on there. They make a couple videos. I did that. Like, my first video was like 11 years ago, and then I just sat there when I could have actually been, you know, researching and doing and making money. So I get it, but they're gonna demonetize my channel. And it's not like I think so far this year I may have made $16 in the last 12 months. so it's not like I'm trying to get rich. But what I do like to do, I do really much, like I've said, enjoy doing this. So what I'm going to do is announce a giveaway for this. So if we can do better than, I need to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view time. Regardless of whether or not I make the 4,000 hours of view time in a year, I got to do it by, I think, February 20th or 28th. What I'm going to do is give away a 5.3 liter LS motor, it's pretty complete. It's about 80,000 miles on it. It's been taken apart. I got it from a friend of mine. It's a known good motor, and what I'm going to do is I'll announce this in a separate short clip, but just to give you guys forewarning who's watching this, If I can get to 1,000 subscribers or beyond that, shoot, if we can do 5,000 or 10,000 by the end of February, at the end of February, what I'm going to do is take everybody's name who is a subscriber, put it into a random number generator. So I'll assign a number to everybody along, you know, all the subscribers, assign a number, and then what I'm going to do is use the random number generator, and I'm going to do that 5 times, create 5, we'll call them finalists, and then I'll do it again with those 5, and whoever comes out of that will be the lucky recipient of an almost complete 5-free. So over $500 worth of stuff. I'll throw in one of my intakes with one of my cable actuated throttle bodies. I'll try to make it as complete as I can. I can't guarantee the rotating assembly and all that stuff is in boxes, but I'll put it to a pallet. I'll cover the charge to ship it out to you guys, and as long as you guys are like, you know, like, I got to be reasonable with this. If you're in Alaska, like, it's likelihood's fairly low that I'm going to ship it to you, but we'll see. I mean, if we do really well, if it's like, if I'm getting like 5,000-10,000 subscribers by the end of February, then, you know, it's a different tune. But what I'd like to do is, you know, give back to the guys who are supporting this channel. So what I'm going to do is we'll cut to the unboxing. I'll go through the parts, and then that'll kind of close out this first part 1. Part 2 will hopefully be done today. On the S, it's actually going to be warm outside, so I'll hopefully be able to do it, and just, you know, like a shade tree mechanic for you guys. So stay tuned. Thanks. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I revealed a little nugget in there just before this part of the video, so it was probably good that you hung out there. This is the unboxing of the RotoFab intake. This is going to be specific to the 16 and 17 Chevy SS's. But there's the basic difference between the 14 and 15 is there's an extra part in there, which from what I understand you can potentially leave out, but I'll do a little bit more research on that for you and get back to you. But I got my RotoFab from SS Only, Joe Labruzza from SS Only. You know, take a look here or here, wherever I decide to frame it out. He gets you really good deals on stuff, guys, so definitely support him in the SSGA community, and he can get you stuff beyond that. So if you need something, you know, if you want to reach out to me or reach out to Joe, I can point you in the right direction. Directions, they give you a nice sticker. They give you some directions on putting the vinyl decals on, a clamp, early going. Some very nice instructions for putting the filter in place, and then the full-on installation for the system. Now, it says 14 on there, but I'm pretty sure that for the most part it has all the information. Like I said, yep, there you go. So here it is. Here's the quote-unquote sound tube part for the 16 and up. So what they just did is put like a little addendum in there for you. So nice color instructions, very straightforward. What I'll do is review them before we do the next part 2 of this series. But all very good, very nicely packaged here. I'm just going to move this out of the way so I don't lose it. And then we'll go through the actual unboxing. So I'm going to just not be all that particularly clean, just throw that stuff over there. As you can tell, that I have an incredibly clean work area right now, but trust me, it's way better. So, okay, going in here, we got the elbow, the 16, 17 elbow, and you can see here's the sound tube for it. Everything's very nicely packaged. You can see here's the bellows to hook up to the throttle body. Here's some of the mounting flange and associated hardware and clamps, all very nicely packaged in the plastic wrap, and not vacuum sealed, but well sealed for the most part. Actually, it looks like there is a bit of a vacuum drawn on this to keep everything kind of contained very well. More packaging, because they don't want it to get scratched up. So I can appreciate that because you're spending money, spending quite a bit of money. Okay, so this. Okay, what is this? If I remember correctly, I believe this is some sort of block-off plate or mounting bracket for the actual larger filter box assembly. So this would slip down into the open cavity that's left from your original air filter assembly. And this actually is very nice because they actually put nice plastic coating on this so that you don't scratch the living crap out of that. So that's very nicely appreciated. And then, boy, they sure make it easy for you. This is the full-blown filter assembly. So it's really, there is not many pieces to install this thing, but let me see if I can...